In certain stretches of the Atlantic, the atmosphere can turn violent without a single warning on the radar. The first sign is a sudden, total technological failure. Inside the cockpit, gyroscopes lock up. The compass spins wildly. The horizon disappears into the storm. Then the radios cut out. The radar signature drops from tracking screens miles away. There is no mayday call, just complete silence. A 10,000-ton vessel is simply replaced by empty, rolling fog and dark water. This map highlights the exact geographical boundaries of the threat, a massive expanse between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. For decades, it has forced us to ask if we are looking at extreme natural violence or a phenomenon science still cannot measure. The Atlantic holds a physical capacity to erase tons of steel and human life in seconds, leaving no wreckage behind. We know this happens to entire groups. In 1945, a formation of 5 heavily armed military aircraft entered this airspace and evaporated from existence simultaneously. These combat-tested aviators operated with elite precision, yet the environment overpowered them entirely. Back on the mainland, radio operators locked onto their frequencies, heard bursts of static, panicked reports of white water, and sudden, permanent dead air. When military-grade instruments and communication arrays fail simultaneously, we have to examine the physical environment to understand what forces can sever all human contact so fast. Detailed testimonies from crews who escaped the triangle provide the first concrete evidence of its mechanics. From the bridge, survivors consistently describe the sudden onset of a dense, highly charged electrical fog that blinds their view and immediately scrambles their navigation tools. Meteorologists have identified hyper-localized microstorms in this specific region. These are violent, isolated weather events that form and dissipate so rapidly they never register on standard forecasting radar. These pressure drops generate massive rogue waves, walls of water capable of snapping a steel hull in half before reaching a distress beacon. Even a modern industrial cargo vessel, stretching hundreds of feet long, is highly vulnerable to a sudden surface impact of that magnitude. But violent weather only explains the destruction. It doesn't explain the absolute absence of life jackets, oil slicks, or floating wreckage. For that, we have to look beneath the surface. This ocean floor cross-section reveals massive pockets of methane gas trapped beneath the seabed. When tectonic plates shift, these pockets rupture, sending a high-velocity plume of bubbles to the surface. Stripped of density, any ship above instantly loses buoyancy, dropping like a stone. And the threat extends into the air. When that massive concentration of methane breaches the surface and enters the atmosphere, it aggressively alters the air density and chokes an aircraft's combustion engine mid-flight. These geological traps act as oceanic landmines. They provide a rigid, scientific mechanism for how hundreds of thousands of pounds of metal can be swallowed whole, pulling all the debris down to the pitch-black ocean floor. When a vessel drops off the grid, multi-agency rescue operations deploy almost immediately. But finding a specific coordinate in miles of open water is a fight against time. The region is dominated by the Gulf Stream, a massive, fast-moving underwater current that acts like a conveyor belt. It rapidly disperses any microscopic evidence that might have survived the methane traps or the rogue waves. The environment is an active eraser. By the time helicopters reach the last known location, there is nothing left to save and nothing left to document. The disappearances require no supernatural theories. They are the result of a precise collision between volatile surface meteorology and violent geological traps beneath the seabed. The physical math of this environment is far more terrifying than any haunted waters. It is a completely indifferent force. The Bermuda Triangle stands as a permanent reminder of human vulnerability. It is a place where the Earth can silently and violently swallow you whole at any